Representing the business of boxing, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Marty.
Thank you. You're far too kind. Thank you very much. If I was managing Terence Crawford, I would tell Bud, listen, don't make any public statements about the IBF, the WBA, WBO, or the WBC. None. I am going to do a press conference as your manager. And you're going to be there, of course. And I am going to announce. Listen now, this is right after we fight Spence. This is not like 6 months later. This is immediately following us fighting Spence, probably like a month later. Listen, members of the press, this is an official statement on behalf of my client, Terence Crawford. My client, Terence Crawford, has vacated all 4 of the major sanctioning bodies' belts 5 minutes ago. That means he is not defending the titles. That means that the 3% that the sanctioning bodies are obligated to extract from his purse, and I say 3% for 4 belts, which equals a total of 12% of his purse, will not have to be extracted because my client is not defending the titles. And the reason why my client is not defending the titles is because my client wants to be a man of his word, because at the post-fight press conference, you heard my client say he had no problem acquiescing to Errol Spence, who 5 seconds before that said that he wanted this rematch at 154. And because my client is such a good guy, he's going to honor that request of Errol Spence, because Errol Spence acquiesced to a lot of his demands for him to get this fight. So we're going to acquiesce to the demands of Errol Spence and his weight class in the rematch. Okay? So it's not going to be a point of us defending the titles at 147 pounds, because we're going to compete at 154 pounds. So it's going to lay to rest the whole boot situation and let the young man shine. Let the young man go after those belts, and rightfully so, because he deserves it. But we're out of the 147-pound sweepstakes, and I'm going to close the press conference out with the words of my client. My client also said at the post-fight press conference after he fought Spence that he had trouble making the weight at 147 as well. Case dismissed. It's over. So what that does, Dean, is that eliminates his friend, Bud Crawford's friend, who's been on Twitter and I think he did an interview with AM Sports Media, if I'm not mistaken, that said that, hey, we don't want Spence to take the rematch. We offer Spence. We're going straight up to 168 to challenge Canelo. If y'all remember, that was the whole narrative that was circulating around YouTube because of the tweet that, I forgot the guy's name, that Terence Crawford's friend has said. I think he's a fighter too, the guy who said that. And Terence Crawford was saying in tweets, coming at Canelo. Oh, you scared to fight me? All this crazy stuff. But at the same time, though, what actually really happened is that IBF stripped Terence Crawford of the belt, and he's still, as we're talking live right now, Terence Crawford is still the WBC, WBO, and WBA welterweight champion of the world. In other words, he did not vacate the titles yet.
Absolutely.